Hello, everybody. This is Tracy Goldizen, editor of the Rancho Observer, and I am here with Daniel J. Stoddard, a Republican candidate for the Sandoval County Commission District 3 as part of our continuing forum on the primary candidates. We spoke recently with his opponent in the primary, Edwin Paulinson, and today Dan is going to get the same questions we asked of him at the forum that we recently held with the Rio Rancho Regional Chamber of Commerce. So, hello, welcome. Thank you for
Thank,
coming.
thank you very much for having me.
So, we're just going to start off by giving you a moment to introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you. I'm Dan Stoddard, and I'm running for District 3 County Commissioner in Sandoval County. I am a Coast Guard veteran. I have been married now 26 years. I'm a past business owner, and I did that for almost 25. I did assisted living. I had a nonprofit for veterans. When I moved into New Mexico 38 years ago, I moved to the east side in Clovis, Curry County. At that time, I served as a county and city commissioner at the same time, second person in 100 years. And what was very interesting is it was a unique time for Curry County and Clovis because we had BRAC hearings way back when, and they were going to, they we had the BRAC hearings, and Bill Richardson was our governor. He flew everybody in, and we were able to save the base. General Newton was the one on the BRAC hearing that said he remembered Cannon, and he had looked us up. He saw we had airspace, so we were able to save the base, which was huge for Curry County, as we have agriculture and we had just the base, more or less, and the ancillary businesses that supported it. From there, we bought Melrose Bombing Range and turned it over to them, again, working with our state and local governments to make sure this can happen, and Washington. Um, After that, we moved here. My wife's a nurse, so we moved here 15 years ago. She worked for Presbyterian, and unfortunately, she had a brain bleed. So at 50, so she's retired and helping me in this project right now. And so here I am looking forward to serve you. I have been a past county commission, city councilor here, sorry. And also I served on, when I moved here, I served on the county planning and zoning for Sandoval County. I did that for 2 years. I also served at the same time simultaneously with the ethics committee. They didn't have an ethics policy. I sat on there for a year to establish an ethics committee for Sandoval County. Later on, I went on to I was elected to city council, and unfortunately, like I said, my wife got sick, and we've taken a break, and here we are today, trying to move forward. And thank you.
So, what made you decide to run for Sandoval County Commission, and why do you feel you are the best suited to serve in that role?
And thank you very much. It's because I have the experience over most. I've dealt with $1 million budgets, like I spoke about earlier, from being a past counselor here, from being county commissioner, city commissioner on the east side. I've also served with the Association of Counties on their big board. I served with the Municipal League on their board. I've traveled our state extensively. Also been a member of Leadership New Mexico, and been blessed to be an honorary base commander at Cannon Special Ops. And so, out of everybody, I don't know who has more experience than I do. I am retired, and I was going to be quiet, but I just wanted to make sure that, New Mexico's blessed me. Sandoval County is a beautiful place to be, and we need to continue to move forward because it's a critical time for us.
And to your mind, what is the greatest challenge currently facing Sandoval County, and how would you work to address it?
Well, I would say there's several. And for me, looking at it, we all know we need businesses. I feel after knocking a bunch of doors, I started this campaign the beginning of this year, and I've been knocking doors ever since, talking to people. Property taxes is one of the things I picked up that I'd like to see what we can do to move forward. That has been accomplished to lower property taxes in New Mexico. Curry County did it just last year. So they're the only ones that have done it. And I plan on working on that to make sure we can continue to grow, and that our county, I mean, New Mexico is poised for growth. There's no doubt. Our GDP back in 1980 was all the same. Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, Texas, New Mexico. Years later, we still can't even gain any population and they've surpassed us. So, what that means, like with Project Ranger, they're looking at us, they're looking people they can work with, communities that welcome them. And those are the things we need to do to create a balance with the growth we have in Sandoval County.
So this question kind of follows in that
Sure.
line. It's just what we had down next. As commissioner, what would you do to encourage business development and entice businesses to invest in Sandoval County, particularly when it comes to providing career focused jobs while also reducing the economic leakage the county is experiencing due to residents leaving the county each day to go to work?
Thank you, Tracy, and thank you for bringing up the leakage. I believe there's a lot of things we can do, but I think it's going to take a team effort on the commission, but it's also going to take a team effort with the Chamber of Commerce, with the city of Rio Rancho, that we all need to work together. That's the only way we're going to move us forward. And if we don't do that, we're going to be in a lot of trouble because we're going to stay a bedroom community. There's no doubt we're the fastest growing county and city, and we need to be ready and proactive to make sure we have the jobs that we need here. There's a lot of tools in the toolbox with pilts and SADs and all that stuff that the city has. And I think all of us working together can, we don't want to turn us around. We want to continue to move forward, but have that economic development piece that really makes us grow in a balanced way.
Again, you led me right into the next question. How do you foresee balancing the growth of Sandoval County with the resources that are currently available?
Well, I'd like to see us pooling all our resources. As you know, we have we have the chamber, the city has their own economic development team. The county has their economic development team. We have a state economic development team, and we all need to be working that in conjunction to continue to bring these businesses in. Project Ranger was one of those that, from my understanding, and I wasn't involved in it, but it was something that the state helped us in the beginning to share the site location, and then the rest with the hard work of the Sandoval County commissioners. It is here now and growing fast.
And then how will you and the commission balance the needs of Rio Rancho and the southern area of the county with the needs of the rural and unincorporated areas of the county, including the pueblos and tribal nations, especially when it comes to healthcare and infrastructure?
Well, what we need to do is really have boots on the ground in those communities, and I would travel to see them all and what their needs are. It's kind of hard to say what can I do for them when I don't know what their needs are at this time. But I can promise you this: I'm retired. I'm willing to go out and work, and I'm willing to talk to people to find out what we can do to make Sandoval County the best place to live in the country. Never mind the state.
And then how will you ensure residents in those rural and unincorporated areas of the county have equal access to government businesses, services, and resources?
Well, I think the biggest thing is what you're asking in that one question is transparency. And how can we make sure everybody has access? You will have access to my personal email, my personal cell phone. And I can tell you as of today, I didn't run for city council because my wife, as I said earlier, had her brain bleed and breaststroke. Sorry, it chokes me up when I even think about it. And so, what we need to do is be able to just continue to work together and go to those areas. And what do we need? We're short on nurses, that all falls into the leakage we have. And what can we do to sustain that? I would hope that even small incentives, like with property taxes that I'm looking at, my biggest thing is for 65 and over. A lot of people are on fixed incomes. They they're having a hard time making ends meet, and they're trapped in tax lightning. In other words, if you owned a big house with your family 10 years ago and now you want to downsize, well, if you sell your home and move into a smaller home, it's going to probably cost you more because you were on a fixed base and now you have to full the full tax ride for that home. So we're stuck there, and there's got to be a way to unglue this because this is what we've always done. How's about stopping, looking at reality? Look what's going to help us. How can we serve the people? That's the biggest thing. And that's by talking to everybody, going to the pueblos, and making sure we're all on the same page and tackle each item as it comes about as they prioritize it.
And then, how would you grade the county's transparency, and what, if anything, would you do to change or address concerns residents have raised on the issue?
I have not run into anybody with any concerns with the county of Sandoval County on transparency. As I'm knocking doors, the biggest thing is their roads, which I can't fix. And the other thing is their taxes, which hopefully I can help with. And that's my main objective is to help. We need young people moving in here. We need professional nurses. We need to give them some kind of breaks and incentives to live and work and stay in Sandoval County. And if we don't do that, we're not going to change. So we need leadership that's going to jump in there the first day, hit the ground running with the experience to get the city and the county moving in the correct direction.
And then, where do you think the priorities should be placed when it comes to current and proposed county projects?
As far as their projects right now, I mean, they're looking at the dumps, they're looking at land, which project?
Well, that's
And so I don't have access to that information. I know there's a lot of concerns, water, police, fire, being able to make sure we can take care of everybody. But the constituents alone they love what we're doing at the county. They'd like to be able to stay living in Sandoval County. And that's what I want to help people do.
So that's all the questions we have at this point. So now I'm going to give you an opportunity to do a closing.
Thank you again. And thank you very much. And again, my name is Dan Stoddard. I'm running for County Commission District 3. I have the experience. I've worked hard. I've volunteered in this community. We raised our kids in New Mexico. I've been here 38 years. Got a lot of good connections throughout the state, which helps. I believe we need to also work with looking at how we can bring these high paying jobs like Castilian coming in. Those are the kind of projects, ancillary businesses, working with the businesses they come in as they come in. And I think it was it C or the chamber that we're trying to go back to existing businesses and then help them to grow bigger and stronger and to thrive here in the county. And I'd like to be able to, even with the new business, don't wait. Periodic checks. What are you doing? How can we help you? What businesses aren't helping you and what are their roadblocks? We're the ones in government that can fix that and help other companies come. And if we don't do that and just let them flounder around, we'll never grow properly. And I ask for your vote. Again, I'm Dan Stoddard. Thank you very much. And thank you, Tracy. And a shout out to my wife. Thank you for all your help, honey.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us with this candidate forum. And the primary election is coming up June 2, but early voting is going on now. So hopefully you found these interviews informative that we've been doing with some of the primary candidates here in Sandoval County. And thank you for joining us.